Rachel Holt for NESN.com alongside Ryan Fowler of Fox Sports. Thanks for tuning into our fantasy football podcast. And Ryan, thanks for being here.
You got it.
As far as some of the guys that might surprise us heading into Week 13, we mentioned some of the picks like Colin Kaepernick, Malcolm Mitchell, who put up big points in Week 12 for us. Are there any players, whether you're looking at their matchup or just their past performance in the past couple of weeks, that might do extremely well for us in Week 13?
Well, let's start with Kenneth Dixon of the Baltimore Ravens. He's seeing an uptick in production and just time on the field for the Baltimore Ravens. I know it's not going to be the sexiest pick, but it is Week 13 and most running backs were taken. But him and Terrence West have been kind of carving out that lead back role, and Kenneth Dixon finally jumped over him and hurdled him in Week 12 as far as time on the field and snap count. So take a look at Kenneth Dixon. He's available in a bunch of leagues. And then Sammy Watkins coming off of IR, 3 receptions for 80 yards. I don't think he's going to win you a fantasy football title like you probably hoped when you drafted him or kept him in a dynasty league. But, I mean, he's out there in 50% of leagues on Fox, so you're probably going to want to take a look at that as just an option if he is there. But don't fall in love with Taylor Gabriel. Don't fall in love with Tyreek Hill. I know they're getting Tyreek Hill involved in Kansas City, but if Jeremy Maclin comes back, I would slow your roll a little bit there. And then Taylor Gabriel, some monster games for the Falcons over the last month. He's doing it on less than 5 targets per game. So if we did a blind resume and I said your wide receiver that you're picking off the waiver wire without knowing anything is going to get less than 5 targets per game, you probably wouldn't roll those dice. The reason Gabriel's having such a nice stretch is obviously Julio Jones draws so much attention. He's been able to bust loose a little bit. But just use caution if you are going down Gabriel Road to take a flyer on that. It's just 4 targets per week is kind of tough to justify.